Thanks very much, Deepthi. Finally, after 55 days, Sheikh Shahjahan was arrested by the West Bengal police. It could totally be a coincidence, but this arrest came just 24 hours before the Prime Minister is to hit the election trail in West Bengal. He's going to start a 2-day tour of West Bengal tomorrow, starting from Arambagh. Be that as it may, but the arrest did happen. And subsequently, Shahjahan Sheikh was also suspended by the Trinamool Congress from the party for 6 years. By evening, another aide of his named Amir Ali had been arrested, and Shahjahan had been removed from the post of Zilla Parishad. But as women of Sandeshkhali celebrated, the picture became a little clearer. The police clarified that actually Sheikh had been arrested not for the multiple complaints that he faces of physical and sexual abuse, of violence and land grab. He in fact had been arrested in a different case altogether. A case related to the attack on Enforcement Directorate officials during a raid at Sheikh Shahjahan's residence on the 5th of January. So what happens to Sandeshkhali? What happens to the women who have been speaking up all this while? That investigation, the cops say, will take a little more time, and that it was the court's orders that had restrained the West Bengal police from acting against Sheikh Shahjahan so far. But after the arrest, if there was one defining image of the day, it was this, of Sheikh Shahjahan striding into court where he was produced before being sent into 10 days of police custody. The policemen dutifully walked behind him. They didn't hold his hand. They didn't handcuff him. It's almost as if he was defiant, walking confidently, hardly seeming like a man who was on the run and had finally been cornered and then arrested. Seemingly not a care in the world. That is when a fresh war of words started. The opposition parties alleged, is this an arrest or is it a fixed match? There were also questions asked about whether weak cases are being used to arrest Shahjahan in order to exercise damage control without actually doing any real damage to the man himself. Remember, this man stands accused of over 40 cases of grabbing the land of the poorest of poor, of physical and sexual violence against both men and women. All these people who lived in Sandeshkhali finally started speaking up. They hit the streets, they went to the police, they started protesting once they thought the law was closing in on Sheikh Shahjahan. And these people of Sandeshkhali are largely from the tribal community. The scheduled tribes make up for 5.8% of the state's population and are decisive in 3 seats of Jhargram, Alipurduar and Darjeeling. Another big vote in West Bengal is that of women, with allegations of political strongmen preying on women young and old, on dispossessing people from the scheduled tribes. Will that result in a political impact in the elections? The TMC shrugs off these allegations, calls these charges mere speculation, and actually challenged the BJP today, saying that we walk the talk, unlike you, who shield criminals and rapists.
But Sheikh Shahjahan, one of the principal accused in a case which happened on 5th January 2024, where ED officers were assaulted during the course of a raid they were conducting in Najet police area. We have arrested Sheikh Shahjahan yesterday night from Meenakha PS area.
The All India Trinamool Congress have decided to suspend Sheikh Shahjahan from the party for 6 years. Why? Because there are 2 types of parties. One type of political party does talk, talk, talk. But the Trinamool Congress does walk the talk.
ये अरेस्ट नहीं है, ये म्यूचुअल एडजस्टमेंट है. जितना टाइम तक सेंट्रल एजेंसी इसको हिरासत में नहीं लेगा, उतना टाइम तक वहाँ का पीड़ित जनता को न्याय नहीं मिलेगा. उसको 5 स्टार फैसिलिटी जेल में मिलेगा, मोबाइल फोन यूज करेगा, जेल के अंदर से एरिया कंट्रोल करेगा और धांधली गुंडागर्दी सब चलते रहेगा।
Now remember, all this while the BJP has alleged that the reason that Sheikh Shahjahan was treated with kid gloves is because it is a pure political calculation of 80-20 by the TMC, where they want to appease Sheikh Shahjahan and his ilk in order to not antagonize the Muslim vote in West Bengal. Is this an effort to try and give a communal tint to what essentially is a political fight with the TMC and Sheikh Shahjahan? Or is shielding Shahjahan for over 50 days going to leave a political dent in the TMC's fortunes, especially in the one vote that they have commanded handsomely in every election, that of women of West Bengal and also the tribals who stand affected the most here?